Hey everybody, Kevin J. Railsback from Filmmaking Naturally, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I'm in my editing suite and I want to show you two clips, and I want to see if you can tell me what the difference between these two clips are. So here's the first clip. And now here is the second clip. So can you tell me what the difference between this clip and this clip is? The difference is this clip is actually a still photograph. There's no movement, it's just a photograph. The second clip is actually video. And if something were to move within the frame, you would actually be able to see it move. So the reason why I'm showing you these two clips is I want to talk about camera movement and how important it is to add another dimension to your film. And what got me started on this is Panasonic sent me a camera to test, and they said, Kevin, go out, shoot a bunch of stuff around your place, and then send us some clips so we can show what this camera can do at NAB in Las Vegas. So I went around, shot a bunch of clips, never expecting that they would show all the clips. I thought maybe they would just extract a clip or two and say, hey, this is what the camera can do. But they showed this entire sequence of clips that I put together. And watching the film, it made me realize that unless something was moving in the frame, there really wasn't much difference between this film and a slideshow. You could do the exact same thing with still images, do a slideshow. So after this, it really kind of pushed me to put more camera movement into my films. So if there's not anything moving within the frame, I oftentimes now try to move the camera to add another dimension that you just can't get from still images. So I want to show you a couple examples of how you can move the camera. Now, this first example is what's called a pan, and panning is simply moving the camera to the right or to the left. And on this example, you can see I'm panning the camera to the right. So it just adds a little bit more dimension to the subject. The other way that you can introduce camera movement is called a tilt. And a tilt is the opposite of a pan. It's moving the camera up or down. So now this is a tilt down. I'm tilting the camera down. And it just adds a little bit of something to the image that you wouldn't have with a slideshow. Now, of course, I've seen people take slides and move them around and things like that to kind of simulate this, but it's just really nice to introduce some kind of camera movement if you don't have movement within your frame. Now, the one type of camera movement that you really should kind of shy away from, and it's a pretty good indication of what they would say would be an amateur camera move, and that's zooming. How many times have you watched somebody's home movies and the camera zooming in, zooming out? If you watch something on like Discovery Channel or Nat Geo or Animal Planet, something like that, you're not going to see a lot of zooming. So, I mean, this is an example of zooming. So it's kind of cool that we zoomed in on the dragonfly, but it's kind of a camera movement that you really want to avoid. What would be better would be like a tilt. So here I am tilting the camera up to kind of reveal the dragonfly. I think it's a much stronger camera movement than the zooming is. So when you're out in the field and your subject isn't moving, think about moving the camera. Whether it's a pan, a tilt, or a combination of the two, I think it adds a whole nother level to your film. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will try to answer them as best as I can. This is Kevin J. Railsback for Filmmaking Naturally, and as always, keep shooting the ordinary, but make it extraordinary.